Well, like other UK ports, they'd long anticipated issues at the end of the Brexit transition process, but as someone said here, they thought it would be queues of lorries being the main problem, not half-empty ferries. There are lots of factors at play, as you'll hear, but it's those issues surrounding customs and other checks which many tell us are now driving this boom in new crossings from Ireland direct to mainland Europe. Now, those are longer crossings, they're more expensive, but for some it is involving less paperwork and far less potential for disruption than by using this traditional UK land bridge. And that means a major port like this being bypassed. The local council is worried, the Welsh Government increasingly so. At first light in Holyhead this morning, they're ushered through onto the decks of the Estrid, one of Stena's newest super ferries bound for Dublin. But look beyond and the lorry park is largely empty. So too the upper deck, where the staff stand by, but there are no more trucks to load. It is barely half full. Little wonder they're moving the Estrid onto a new route in the weeks to come, trialling it this weekend, bypassing Holyhead and swapping Anglesey for Normandy.
This weekend, we have to go where the demand is, and unfortunately we'll be taking the Stena Estrid off this route from Dublin to Holyhead and moving it directly from Dublin to Cherbourg, and that's the first time we've sailed direct from Dublin to Cherbourg. We have to go where the freight demand is.
We filmed here in January 2 years ago, in busier times. This is the UK's second busiest roll-on, roll-off port after Dover. Of goods carried on Irish registered trucks between the Republic and mainland Europe, nearly 3/4 pass through Welsh ports, but not, it seems, right now.
We knew the beginning of the year was going to be quiet because of all the stockpiling at the end of 2020, and we knew that due to lockdowns there was going to be a reduction in for instance, non-food retail shipments. But the levels, they haven't recovered that much. They're still 50% down.
One haulier took this photo earlier this week of a near-empty ferry from Wales to Ireland.
It's like a ghost town. The one we shipped Monday night, there was our truck on there and just a unit and a few trailers, few drop trailers.
He says complexity in the new EU-UK customs procedures and other paperwork is to blame, and he's not alone.
Took me 14 days to do one job.
What have been the problems?
Customs.
Ports in Wales, most of all Holyhead, are a major part of the so-called land bridge between the Republic of Ireland and continental Europe. Freight coming to and from ports like Dublin and Rosslare travels through the UK and over the English Channel. But recent weeks have seen a big shift to alternative routes, including far more freight going directly between Ireland and France and Spain. Some Irish hauliers tell us it's become easier to use Scottish and English ports going into Northern Ireland rather than using their usual Wales Island route. All of which leaves Welsh ports like Holyhead, one of the biggest employers on Anglesey, looking exposed.
People are extremely nervous, but at the moment it's that uncertainty, and I just want some reassurance from the government that the port of Holyhead is a strategic port and that they will do everything possible to safeguard it.
The UK government tonight said freight levels across all UK ports have been lower as anticipated, but flows are steadily increasing. Holyhead and other Welsh ports will continue to thrive with their best days ahead, said a spokesperson. How can they be so sure, is the view of the Welsh Government?
Well, we were hoping that as things settle down, the companies will realise that coming through the Welsh ports is a better option. But of course, that's a risk to take because they may get used to new ways of working, which might be better for them, but it'll certainly not be better for the Welsh economy, nor for UK industry.
Tonight, in a further statement, the Welsh Government said it's increasingly concerned about reports of hauliers bypassing Wales to use other routes into Northern Ireland. Such concerns, they said, have been escalated urgently to the UK Government.